Women have abortions for all kinds of reasons. Now, it could be that she already has a number of children and doesn't believe she could care for this child as well. I mean, in areas of finances, emotions, and also physically. Perhaps she was raped and the thought of bearing her rapist child horrifies her. Maybe the child will be an inconvenience for her social life and her career. Or perhaps she knows that if she tells her spouse or her partner that she's pregnant, she'll get beaten. It's really important that we are compassionately understanding of why women have abortions. There are all sorts of reasons why she might have come to the point of believing there were no other viable options. Now, it is always wrong to take a life, but it's important that we understand what was going on in her life at that time. And as well as this, it could well be that the abortion's always on her mind, or it comes into her mind in special moments and days of the year. And I would expect that she would struggle with things like anger, guilt, shame, and be full of regret. And these things can become so much part of her that becomes who she is and affects other relationships and areas of her life. And God loves the woman who's had an abortion. And how do we know this? We know this because Jesus died for us, and he died for us because he loves us. God sent his son to die for us because he loves us. And he did this when we were his enemies. So the woman who's had an abortion can know that God loves her because he took the initiative out of his love for her to reconcile him to himself. So as well as reconciling him to himself and wanting there to be forgiveness, he also wants to work in these other areas of her life, such as the areas I mentioned: anger, guilt, regret, shame. These areas can be so destructive, and the Lord wants to work in these areas and to bring his life. Now, it's impossible in such a short video to be able to speak about all that's involved in God's care and love for someone who's had an abortion. If you're interested in knowing more, I highly recommend Healing Hearts Ministries. And I've left a link for Healing Hearts Ministries in the description below.